Good. All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for our virtual Lunch and Learn, where we're excited to share more about Shifted as an organization, the SEO Scholars program, and about an amazing opportunity for you to get involved and serve your community through mentorship. All right, so here's our agenda for the day. We'll do a welcome and some introductions. We're going to share a little bit about the SEO Scholars Program overview so that you know what our program looks like. We're going to share a bit about the scholars that we serve, what the mentor commitment looks like, and then we'll be sure to have space and time for questions at the end. All right, so I'll go ahead and introduce myself. So my name is Michaela Leek. I'm the Director of College Access and Admissions here at ShiftEd, and I also serve and work with our 12th grade cohort here at ShiftEd. So Brian Sorja Hernandez, who you will meet if you are matched with an 11th grade scholar, serves as our 11th grade scholar advisor. And then I'll pass it over to Heidi for her to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heidi Lyles. I am our 10th grade scholar advisor here at Shift Ed. Scholars, as they're transitioning through our program, come to me at the start of summer, right before their 10th grade year, after spending a semester with our 9th grade scholar advisors. Our first one is Carrington LeGrand. He's our Director of Scholar Engagement and Success in his role, in addition to being a 9th grade scholar advisor, as well as Rafael Ibarra Orozco is our Director of Recruitment and 9th grade scholar advising. So these are advisors in our team that are working with our scholars throughout their time within our program. Now, a little bit about the SEO Scholar program. What is SEO Scholars? And this is a program where we are dedicated to supporting scholars to and through college, but it's so much more than that. So let's dive a little bit deeper into SEO Scholars. So, the Shifted SEO Scholar program was born out of a collaboration with Shifted and SEO Scholars in New York City. Now, SEO Scholars in New York started over 60 years ago with a mission to create a more equitable society by closing the academic and career opportunities gap for motivated young people from underserved and historically excluded communities. Now, at Shift Ed, our mission is to boldly accelerate student potential by providing comprehensive, data-driven support from elementary school through career. Now, through this partnership, we are so able to be honored to be able to facilitate the first hybrid model of the SEO Scholar Program, which is a free 8-year supplemental academic program aimed at ensuring scholars in Guilford County are competitive in the college-going culture and are supported to and through college. Now, what does this look like? Let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Now, at Shift Ed, we support scholars through the first 3.5 years of the high school element of the Scholar program. So, this includes rigorous online supplemental academic curriculum on Saturdays in fall and spring, as well as through the month of July during an intensive summer academy. And each grade level has specific elements that help develop scholars' college readiness. In 9th grade, we're really just focused on acclimating scholars to the program, while in 10th grade, we're diving deeper into academic programming, along with going on college tours and implementing mentoring. Now, mentoring has previously been in 11th grade, but we've made the shift to 10th grade this year, meaning we'll be able to work with both 10th and 11th grade this year as we're in the middle of this transition period. Now, 11th grade holds a lot of exciting opportunities for scholars with SAT prep as well as summer enrichment programs, which Michaela will talk a little bit more about later on. Now, 12th grade is jam-packed with college visits, SAT review, financial aid applications, in addition to their college applications. But through each year, we have our in-person community days on a local college campus where scholars are building connection and continuing to build their toolbox of resources that will support them in their college and career journeys. So let's talk a little bit about who our scholars are. Now, our scholars, as you can see in just some of these quick little snapshots, are amazing students from across Guilford County. But let's dive deeper into who they are. Now, across our 10th and 11th grade cohorts, which you will be working with as a mentor, we have over 21 Gilbert County high schools represented. And we have over 100 scholars in need of mentors. We have around 34 scholars in 11th grade and 69 scholars in 10th grade. So a lot of excited students who are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready for this next year. And 97% of our scholars identify as Black, Hispanic, or Asian. Now, for the class of 2027, we have a pretty even 50-50 gender split, with the class of 2028, our 10th graders, is approximately 60% female, 40% male in terms of a gender split. But let's keep it rocking and rolling. Now, our scholars do so much more than attend class. And here we can showcase just a snapshot of what they're doing when they're in person with us and those kind of, again, with our hybrid program. So from winter celebrations to close at the end of the semester to experiential rope adventure courses to volunteering and giving back to their communities, scholars are building teamwork and connection within their cohorts time and time again. So while we're mainly virtual, we make the most of those in-person connections that we have with our scholars beyond the classroom. Now, what are our scholars embarking on this year? I'll hand it over to Michaela to tell you a little bit more about this.
Yeah, so our scholars are doing a lot this year. So, like Heidi mentioned, in addition to our supplemental academic portion of our program, where scholars are taking courses in both math and ELA, we are officially starting SAT and ACT prep that begins in the 10th grade to ensure that our scholars are competitive for their college entrance exams, because every scholar in state of North Carolina takes the ACT March of their junior year, and then our scholars are slated to take their first SAT a little bit after that, about April, May of their junior year. So aside from test prep, scholars are really beginning to start like assessing their academic strengths, their personal interests, and using different platforms like the U-Science assessment to begin their career exploration journey, which we're also hoping that you all will be able to be a part of as we ensure that lots of the mentoring conversations are centered around career exploration. Really exciting part of this upcoming year is that our scholars are going to be gaining a mentor. So that looks like an intentional way for scholars to have another trusted adult that they can connect with, that they can learn from, and most importantly, that they can see themselves in. So like for example, one of my mottos as an educator is that like you can only be what you can see. And so I'm just really passionate and really like feel strongly in the fact that this program provides, or this portion of our program provides, a wonderful opportunity for community professionals to give back to their community, but also for our scholars to find another person to kind of create a really lasting relationship with. So lastly, our scholars are embarking on their enrichment programs. So the summer before senior year, scholars get to leave Greensboro and go on some awesome adventure that they get to come back and tell us about. So we have 4 different types of enrichment programs. It could be an academic program. For example, one of our scholars is headed to Brown University for their pre-college program next week. It could be a travel program. So we currently have 6 scholars who are studying abroad over the summer. We have a scholar in Morocco. We have a couple of scholars in Spain. We have a scholar who just landed in France a couple of days ago. Our third type of enrichment program could be an internship with either a local organization or a national one. And then a really unique sort of enrichment program is what we call our experiential programs. So that could be, hey, Miss Michaela, I'm really excited and like would really love to learn how to scuba dive, or I'm always inside playing my video games, or I'm always on my computer learning how computers work, but I want to like go learn how to hike or go backpacking as my enrichment program. So another way for scholars to gain new experiences as a part of our program, but also another intentional way that we are ensuring that our scholars have the academic and the college profile to be competitive in the college going culture that they're about to embark on. All right, so what does mentorship look like? So mentors are matched with a small group of 10th through 11th graders with the intention of the mentors supporting these scholars with navigating either the 10th or the 11th grade with an emphasis on career exploration, right? So when we do say that the mentors are sort of supporting the college application process, we're not at all saying that y'all have to have access or have experience in the college access world. We are simply asking that you share your personal experiences, your high school to college transition, your college to career transition, the things that you learned, the things that you wish you would have done differently, those kinds of things. So again, we're not asking you all to come on Saturdays and have lesson plans and activities and all of these things figured out. We already have a guided curriculum that is created to support the facilitation of this program and to support the mentor-mentee relationship building portion. All right, so who are our mentors? So our mentors have a college degree, have at least 2 years of professional experience, and that is just because we really do want to hone in on the career exploration within the program. And so that requires our mentors to have at least a little bit of professional experience that they can kind of share and shed light on. We will have to complete a background check. And then most importantly, we just want folks who are passionate about education and about providing opportunities to the students of Guilford County. All right, so a little bit about the commitment as a mentor. So if selected, what is it exactly that I have to do? So it's about 18 hours of a commitment over the academic year. So your first official commitment would be attending our virtual orientation on September 2nd. And then because our program is hybrid, some of our Saturdays you would be joining and meeting with your mentee on Zoom, and then some days you'll be meeting with them in person at a local college or university. So I have all those dates listed on the screen, so I won't read them out to you. But for our in-person days that are on a local college campus, the time commitment for those would be from about 10:30 a.m. to noon. And for the virtual days, both in the fall and the spring, the time commitment for those would be from about 1 o'clock to 2:15. So next steps. If this sounds something that is exciting to you, if you feel like you have the bandwidth with and the just excitement to kind of serve in this capacity, we hope that you've already completed an application. If you have not, this QR code, you can use that to scan to get started on your application. If there are anything that we talked about today that you have questions about, you're welcome to ask us after we finish our presentation, but you're also welcome to email me. We can hop on an individual call if you need to. If there aren't any other questions, we will, yeah, turn back over. Oh, I lost my Zoom. I have to cut that out already.
You'll go down to the